Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Plays Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies. Today, I believe we left off saying we needed to present, no. Yes, this picture because Mummy Metis fell down near the round window and the picture says otherwise. Objection! Hanako, your statement may have just inspired a breakthrough. I was helpful. Hooray! I am so happy. Just to be sure, let's go over it again, okay? Just in case everyone in the audience missed it. The victim fell near the window on the workbench side of the room. However, her body was discovered on the operating table. But the operating tables and the workbench are on two different locations. Exactly, Your Honor. We've just learned a new crucial fact. What could explain the two very different locations of the body? I'll tell you what. The victim moved. The defendant moved the body. Well, okay. If we're saying the defendant moved the body, how old was Athena? She was like 11? Yeah, 7 years ago. How would an 11-year-old girl pick up her mother and put her on an operating table, right? The fact that the body was observed in two very different locations, indicate that the defendant moved the body. That does seem like a plausible explanation. Is that really your final answer? Huh? Oh. He's right. A little kid couldn't possibly move an adult body like that. And the last thing I want to do is cast more... Yeah? Did I forget something? Uh-huh. What am I thinking? Mr. Wright, your response? Can you just forget I ever said anything? What did I miss? I thought that was pretty much... So Athena couldn't have moved the body to the operating table after she was stabbed. That casts more suspicion? Somehow. I don't understand. Yeah, okay, I guess the victim moved. Okay, so either way, it works out, right? The victim was dead on the operating table, meaning that the victim either moved or was moved there. Meaning Athena didn't move the victim, couldn't move the victim because she is a child. She could not move the victim over there, and if she couldn't do it, that means the victim moved over there, thus she didn't die. Whatever, it's fine. The 11-year-old girl couldn't have moved the heavy body of an adult. So the only explanation is that the victim walked to the operating table herself. In other words, what Ponku observed near the workbench couldn't possibly have been the moment of the murder. Whew, I'm very relieved to hear that. Glad to know that the murder wasn't committed in front of little Ponku here. Yes, as we just heard in the testimony, Ms. Cykes hugged her mother, nothing more. Objection! Right. It's been 8 years, but you still just as green as ever. Green? But I can't really recall ever seeing Mr. Wright in anything but a blue suit. Hey, blue's my favorite color, and my only color. I can't afford more suits! If the defendant couldn't move the body herself, she could have had it moved for her. Moved for her? But Miss Cykes and Dr. Cykes were the only ones there. I agreed. Since the robot is equipped with a heartbeat detection system, it would have been aware of another person's presence if someone else has been in there. We can therefore conclude the defendant and the victim were the only ones present. Then, who do you suggest move the body? Don't you know it's in the nature of a robot to help people do things? Ms. Ponko, allow me to ask you a question. My name is Ponko. Say it with me. Ponko! I was being respectful. I believe you said you were cleaning after Dr. Cykes fell down. Did you happen to move something large onto the operating table? Yes. Yes, I did. Athena asked me to. Athena asked you to? Oh. And what did you move, little Ponko? I don't know. Unless something has an ID tag, I can't tell what it is. An ID tag, you say? Yes, a tag with a barcode on it. We robots scan them to tell us what a thing is. Huh. That paper in the lab did mention something about that. Recognizes people by scanning their spacesuit or uniform jacket ID, it said. So it appears that Ms. Ponko here can't identify what it moved. My name is Ponko. Oh, Panko. What did you say the first time? Oh, Panko, yeah, okay. Just Panko all the way. But we humans have the power to imagine what it was, do we not? We do? His face just opened up as he's just been a robot this entire time. Well, I do at the very least. Ms. Panko, on the defendant's command, move the body onto the operating table. Gah! I got a wide open mouth! Ponko, did you really move Dr. Cykes' body? This is really important. Is there any way you could tell? I don't know. Without an ID tag, I can't tell. Give it up, Wright. If the victim's heart was stopped, the robot's detecting system would be useless. Furthermore, Dr. Cykes usually wore her white coat while she was working. She kept the jacket with her ID on it draped over her shoulder in the robotics lab, and only wore it for special occasions. In other words, the victim wasn't wearing her ID tag at the time. From the robot's point of view, her body was simply just another object. Objection! But Ponko was equipped with a facial recognition system. If she really did move the victim, she would have recognized the body as Dr. Cykes. But she didn't, so that means... Objection! A face can easily be covered with a piece of cloth, a mask, or anything else for that matter. With her facial features hidden, the robot wouldn't be able to tell it was Dr. Cykes. He's right. To summarize, Ms. Cykes stabbed her mother near the workbench. Then, using the robot, she moved the body to the table, where she moved the sword and was stained in blood. I don't think you could pay me to sit in the gallery for this exploded trial. Right? I don't know, I've just been like looking around like, man, this place is structurally damaged. I don't think I want to sit here. Order! But if that's the case, then I have a question. Why did the defendant move the body to the operating table in the first place? You want a reason? Very well. What? You can't possibly have an explanation. Your emotions blind you to the truth. You can learn a lot from your robot friends. Calm and rational thought will open your eyes to the truth in front of you, Mr. Wright. Now then, do you remember the operating table's one special feature? I believe I've read that robots can be assembled and disassembled there. Isn't that right? That's right. And to the defendant, who was just a child at the time, the table was like a magic box that could make robots appear or disappear in seconds. But in the end, my mom was doing her part on the table. I mean, I didn't do it. I mean, that would be pretty dark. So here's hoping. You can't possibly be suggesting this young, sheltered girl had a difficult time distinguishing robots from people. Relatable. Take a look at Ponko's arm. It's Ms. Cykes who bandaged it up like that. Yes, I know. We read about that yesterday. No way. I refuse to believe it. Miss Cykes made a childish, naive, cruel mistake. She thought if a robot could be dismantled and vanish without a trace... Prosecutor Edgeworth, if you're about to claim what I think you are, I demand that you word it in as delicately as you can. My innocent heart couldn't stand it. With all due respect, Your Honor, all I can do is present the truth as it stands. The reason the defendant moved the victim's body to the operating table... Hold it! No! Don't say another word! Just stop! was to dismantle the evidence so that she could get away with her crime. That can't be. True! Where did I get these pictures of young Athena covered in blood? I'm assuming she found the body and put her on the thing to be repaired, right? That's what she asked her mother if she could do that to her. And really, if she truly believed that, we need to talk to her dead mother. Pearl, please, bring her here. And then be like, why the fuck did you not explain to this child? That's not how that works. Maybe she did. Maybe Athena was just very dense as a child. I mean, she's kind of dense now, but at the same time, maybe she was worse. Maybe her mother was like, yes, this is for robots only. It would kill people if you tried it on a person. And Athena was there with her headphones going, la 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 la, I'm gonna repair mommy. And then it was just bad. I don't know. Edgeworth, she was just a little kid. How can you say such a horrible thing? Oh, kids, there are some evil kids out there. Horrible. Like I said, you're just as green as ever. I came here today as a prosecutor to seek only the truth, no more, no less. My theory is simply the result of rational consideration of every possibility.
Objection!
Every possibility? What about aliens? Did he consider that? But dismantling isn't the table's only function. It makes repairs as well. It's conceivable that Miss Cykes moved her body to the table in order to fix her. Huh, I suppose that could be another way of interpreting it. But dismantle or repair, it doesn't matter either way. What do you mean? After murdering her mother, Miss Cykes may have come to her senses. Perhaps she did want to make it appear as if it never happened. And that's why she tried to repair her mother. Yes, that's one possible explanation. But we mustn't forget the facts of this case. The victim was observed to fall down after being hugged by the defendant. And the body was moved per the defendant's command. These two facts that indicate the defendant's guilt, remain unchanged. This can't be true. Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence to refute the prosecution's claims? No! This has never stopped me before! Evidence? Right. Let's see. Can't think of anything. I'm afraid I don't have any evidence. Since becoming chief prosecutor, I've learned that the truth isn't always pretty. Now accept the truth, Mr. Wright. Your subordinate murdered her own mother. Your Honor, the prosecution demands a verdict. The hostages have suffered enough. What a terrible and tragic conclusion. The defense has no counter-arguments. I see no need to refute or to further prolong this trial. Edgeworth's argument seems solid, but there's no way Athena could have ever done anything like that. What do I do? There has to be something. But I can't think of a single thing. Objection. Hello. Prosecutor Blackquill. Huh. This is quite the farce you have conducted here. I could die from laughter instead of lethal injection tomorrow. Prosecutor Blackquill, what are you talking about? What I'm talking about is that your argument is based entirely on false premise. Go on, we're listening. Please help me. Please? Could this be a miracle I need? What is Prosecutor Blackquill trying to pull here? 7 years. For 7 long years. This case has been on my mind. Not for an instant did I not think of it. I'm the one who killed my mentor, and don't think you can alter that fact now. Your baldness, I will take the stand, and I won't take no for an answer. Of course, Prosecutor Blackquill. Please go ahead. Hello. Like a coat. I went to the Cosmos Space Center with the intention of killing Dr. Cykes. When I got to the robot lab, I found Athena there instead. I would not be swayed from my purpose, so I waited for Dr. Cykes to return. And then I committed the act. How cathartic it was. Like cutting into an orange. Okay, Doctor. It's like, alright, Prosecutor Blackquill, calm down. It splattered every... Okay! But little Ponko here witnessed the victims falling. In other words...
Objection!
I don't need any of your other words, old man. I can guess what happened. Which would be... She fell means she fell, merely that. A mother and child were fooling around. Perhaps she tripped. Not that it matters. When I entered the lab, there was no trace of Dr. Cykes to be seen. There was no dead body either, of course, meaning she must have left the room. So the murder occurred after the time period Ponko described in her testimony. You should hardly take stock in the words of a wind-up toy.
Objection!
I am very insulted! Then how do you explain the fact that the defendant had the robot move something? Athena was always tinkering with robots on the operating table to amuse herself. She always had Ponko move the heavy ones for her. That day was no different. Ponko moved a heavy robot for Athena. This is awful. What he's saying seems to make sense, and yet...
Objection!
Prosecutor Blackquill, are you trying, even now, to turn away from the truth? Don't you realize we could bring the Dark Age of the law to a close today?
Objection!
You expect too much from me. I'm just a murderer beyond redemption. Why don't you just let me go so I can settle down in hell? Prosecutor Blackquill's execution is tomorrow. If the truth doesn't come out now, it's all over. That's true. Is this going to be a one-day trial? Are you saying the little girl and the robot had nothing to do with the murder? I'm assuming we won't have another investigation then. That's right. So let's hear your verdict. If we don't hurry, I might miss the ferry across the Styx. But don't forget your coin. Don't you dare, Judge! Don't forget I have hostages over here! And Simon, how long are you going to cover for her? Ms. Blackquill? Forgive me, Aura. I never wanted you to do anything like this for me. But you agreed to this trial. If you have a counter-argument, then present your evidence. That's the rule of the courtroom. Isn't that right, Chief Prosecutor? Blackquill, you selfish... I'm not a shellfish. I said selfish. Well, to be frank, I didn't know your name was Frank. I don't like this, but it's my duty to make a decision. If no one has a counter-argument, I will announce my verdict. Is this really happening? Is it really going to end just like it did 7 years ago? How much hair glue does everyone in this world use? Right? There's no way Athena's little spike to the right there would be natural. Then there's Phoenix hair, Paulo's hair. I can't let this happen. And not to mention the judge's hair. But if I just don't have any evidence to counter Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony. Hold it. Who's next? Hi! You broke out of jail? Athena! What are you feeling okay? I can hear it. I can hear the voice of his heart. He's hiding something. Is he really? I could sure use Athena. If he's really is, I could sure use Athena's help. The problem might just be the thing to get us through this trial.
Objection!
Fuck off with that. Cykes, Dono. No need for you to chime in. Just accept that you're innocent.
Objection!
These past 7 years, they've been just as hard on me, you know. I mean, I'm sure they've been hard. Survivor's guilt, maybe thinking you killed your own mother, not having a mother because she was murdered. I don't know about your father. Was he murdered too? Maybe. Could be an Elden Ring thing. Who knows? At the same time, he's been in prison for 7 years. Like, I'm assuming a high security prison for being a murderer, he is. And again, I don't know the whole rules of these places. I know Gavin had a pretty, like, posh little cell of his. I'm assuming Blackquill might have had something similar, maybe. I don't know if it's been as hard on you as it has been him, though. Hard, sure, right? I don't want to diminish it. as hard? What are you talking about? Do you remember that horrible, horrible trial? What's a trial? Please, you have to listen to me. I'm an anime girl now. I mean, technically they're always anime, but still. He didn't kill her. His heart is screaming. Even now, every time I stand in the courtroom, it comes back to haunt me. Alright, you big blacked out there for a second too. Not being heard, no matter how hard you try. I mean, it honestly feels like the wrong profession if that's gonna shut you down every time. Feeling so helpless. Because it literally is the fucking like your opponents to try to discredit you. Not discredit, but to try to prove their side over your side, and it can be a little messy. Caught in people's stares, so scared that it feels like your chest is in a vice. Yeah, no, that sounds awful. I'm terrified of courtrooms, especially the ones that blow up. I want to run out the door even now. And yet you found a way to keep your fears at bay and become a lawyer. Okay, so that's impressive that she's gotten this far at such a young age. And with her fears and such like that, again, impressive. She has shut down in 2 different cases though, right? And had to have other people save her. Or at least save her case, yeah? At the same time, like, it's impressive she got that far. She still has issues, clearly, she needs to work out if she wants to keep doing a lawyer thing, yeah? They didn't make another Phoenix Wright game after this, right? No, there is another, I mean, sorry. So there's another one after this. It's like, I know it. People have mentioned it in the comments before. Phoenix Wright Spirits Within, yeah, the Final Fantasy one. So, it's like, no, what the fuck is it? It's Spirits something. It doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter. There's another one after this, but after that one, there's no more, right? They didn't make any more after that. I know there's like the Great Ace Attorney, and I know there's the Edgeworth games, but none with like us as Phoenix, Apollo, or Athena, yeah? Not yet anyways. Maybe one day. Maybe there is and I just didn't hear about him. Anyways. I don't know. Well, what the fuck were we talking about? I blacked out there for a second. Thanks, because one day I came to realize I had a fight. Okay. Next time, yes, I know, we already went over this. I had some pumpkin muffins with this frosting earlier. They were delicious. But it feels like they're stuck in my throat, right? This day has finally come. The day I've been looking forward to with all my heart. This is why I became a lawyer. This is why I study psychology. It was all to save you from this false conviction. But Miss Cykes, do you realize that it would mean? You are the accused, after all. If you prove Prosecutor Blackquill innocent, then the only thing that matters is the truth. It's my duty to find out what that truth is. Simon, please give me a chance. The chance to shake off the fears that's been with me for 7 years and to face the truth. Athena's being so brave, confronting her past like that. I mean, yeah, no, it takes balls. This might really be our last chance to save them both. Prosecutor Blackquill, testify one more time about the incident 7 years ago. No. Fine, okay. Fine, but your efforts will surely be in vain. For I am not a man who can be cut down easily. Here we go, Simon. Just picks up an axe. Let me hear the voice of your heart. And all of a sudden it's just like, ah! Just like screaming. I went to the Cosmos Space Center, angry, with the intention of killing Dr. Cykes. Happy, but when I got to the robotics lab, I saw a mannequin dressed up as young Athena. It was horrifying. I took a combat position and just stood there. And then, while she was on the ground, Okay, why are you happy?
Got it.
This feeling of happiness. Even though the person you were looking for wasn't there, you felt happy. Why is that? Simple. When I was looking for Athena and hadn't found her yet, I grew worried. So when I saw her in the robotics lab, I was happily relieved, merely that. Oh, shit. Just now you said that you went to the Space Center to kill Dr. Cykes. But the first thing you did was look for her daughter instead. Alright, sorry about that. Did I read this? You know what? It doesn't really matter. I had no intention of harming Athena, so I wanted to confirm that she was safe. Am I not in the— oh, my controller shut off. God dang it, Bobby. You know, I wish any doctor's office would just call me before I start recording. That'd be nice. Anyways, there we go. It was just part of my plan. Nothing contradictory about that. The second I find an inconsistency, he cuts it down. Simon knows the principles of analytical psychology. There's less noise now, but I don't see any instabilities we can latch onto. I was afraid of that. Actually, I don't know what any of that means, but I was afraid of that nonetheless. We'll just have to keep chipping away at him, then bit by bit. Could you update his testimony, Athena? You got it, boss. Why aren't I in handcuffs? Okay, so angry. Oh, happy. Happy. Sad. Why you sad? You should be happy. Not even you can falsify your emotions, Prosecutor Blackquill. What? When you said that you killed Dr. Cykes in your testimony, you felt sadness. Why would someone who had lain in wait to kill her be sad about her death? It's such an obvious attack. Yes, I felt sadness, but it wasn't for her. I felt sorrow for Athena and her circumstances. Honestly, I thought he was gonna be like, I was sad I could only do it once. He can't be talking about that, can he? Okay, so I mean, obviously, I don't think he killed her, but still. My objective was to save Athena from an obsessive scientist who treated her own daughter like a research subject. What? I went to the psychology. I said it right the first time, lab. First. That's where I would usually find Athena playing. But the day was different. I heard someone crying in the robotics lab next door. Was Athena being subject to yet another experiment? I thought as I went to see. Conveniently, Athena had cried herself to sleep, so all I had to do was wait and kill. That's why he was relieved when he saw Athena. But is this story really true? I'm not sure how much to believe. Mr. Wright? How you doing, Athena? Still hanging in there? I'm a lot stronger than I look, boss. Now, take a look at this. This noise level actually increased. It went up? I didn't know it could do that! Prosecutor Blackquill is lying somewhere in his testimony. As a matter of fact, he's piling lie on top of lie in an attempt to make his claim sound more believable. He's trying even harder to suppress his true feelings, and that's what's causing the noise. How in the world should I approach this? The evidence-based approach might work if I find a contradiction. Otherwise, I should look for inconsistency in his emotion. There's no flaw in my testimony, and his baldness is prepared to give his verdict. Give up on the lost cause and let the law free me of these chains already.
Objection!
I don't think so. Not while I'm around. Now, contradictory testimony or inconsistent emotion. Which should I tackle first? I don't know if we have any evidence, so let's go with inconsistent emotions. Okay, let's look for inconsistent emotions. Got it, boss! But if you want to try looking for a contradictory statement instead, just let me know. I can easily switch over. Shocked. Sad. Shocked? Angry shocked. Sad angry. Why were you angry at stabbing Athena's mother?
Got it.
No. When I view your emotions alongside Desmond, we find the unspecial emotion of being wrong. Wait a minute. There really isn't anything strange here. I don't know, but I think maybe we made a mistake, boss. I think maybe you're right. Let's take another look. There must be an unexpected emotion here somewhere. Why were you sad here?
Got it.
No? So shocked, I get it because you're hearing crying. Shocked because you see her. See anything unusual out of place emotion just point out? Huh. Is there really an inconsistency in his emotions though? Could break and go back to looking for contradictory testimony? Yeah, let's try this testimony. Alright, let's compare the testimony with the evidence one more time. Heard crying. Oh, you said she was asleep. Why was she on the ground? Oh, because she got knocked over by Athena? Where is... There's no map we have? I don't know. I refuse to hand Athena over. I don't fucking know. I have no fucking idea. Hurry over to the lab. I mean, I guess I could do the dumb thing and just try all the emotions. Right? I don't want to do that. It'd be an easy way to figure out if it was any inconsistent emotions. This doesn't help me at all. This doesn't help me at all either. Not here, anyways. Doesn't help me, doesn't help me. Like... Man, I legitimately have no clue. Okay, I'll just go back to the emotions, I guess.
Got it.
Oh, is that it? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I was being a little bit cheesy. I didn't do anything with the first one because that one seemed fine to me, but I was going around the wheel of emotions for the second one, and I was going to do them or all of them. I started with anger, and apparently shock was the right choice after that. So only two guesses, I guess. How odd. Why would you register surprise that opened the door to the lab? Because Athena was in it? Alright, fine, I'll explain if I must. What surprised me was, Ponko, that toy figure, attacked me. Dr. Cykes knew full well of my plan to rescue Athena. She couldn't stand God over her daughter 24 hours a day. So Dr. Cykes had Ponko do it. That's right, she ordered Ponko to forcibly remove me on sight. So I slashed Ponko up with a katana, so that was... Oh. Can you testify to that? Because I get evidence saying otherwise. That rickety old puppet wasn't worthy of that fine blade. Mr. Wright! It's happening again! There's even more noise now! It's 100% now. What's going on? Whenever we find an opening, he covers it up with lies. We're never gonna get rid of the noise at this rate. And it's pretty hard to keep telling coherent lies like that. His mind and will really are sharp and strong as katana. Alright, what should I tackle first next time? His testimony? Let's go... Oh, this time, his testimony, please. I think there might be inconsistency in Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony. I mean, he's gonna add that last statement to the testimony, right? Okay, yes, thank you.
Objection!
That one was easy. Ain't easy being cheesy. Compounding lies with lies is never the answer, Prosecutor Blackquill. Take a look at this photograph. That photo of the supposed moment of the murder, isn't it? How many more times must I see that which damn me for my sin? The ironic thing is, I think this picture is actually going to be your savior now. See that bloodstain at the end of Ponko's arm where it was severed with the katana? I hope you aren't claiming it's the robot's blood, Mr. Wright. No, most likely the blood was transferred there from the bloody katana. The katana already had blood on it, so then there must have been the victim's blood. That's right, but if that's the case, we found a glaring inconsistency. Shit. You said in your testimony that you cut up Ponko and then killed Dr. Cykes. But in spite of that, the victim's blood is already on Ponko's arm in this picture. What? That couldn't be. Exactly. In order for the blood to have transferred from the sword to Ponko's arm, the victim must have been stabbed first, before the robot was slashed. So in other words, Prosecutor Blackquill, your entire testimony is nothing but a big ball of lies. Ah! Tell the court the truth, Prosecutor Blackquill, now. You have no idea what you're doing. His voice. There's so much discord. I'm hearing not just one or two, it's a bunch of rampaging emotions. Hard to describe. I think he wants to kill you. It's like a violent whirlpool or something. A whirlpool or something. Phoenix Wright, you will pay for this. Never have I been forced to reveal so much, but the rest I'll take to my grave. Prosecutor Blackquill, you are the witness. You're on the witness stand. You're obligated to tell the truth, except when you don't. Isn't that the rule of the court? All the complex emotions, they seem to be flowing from one source. I think that whatever he really saw that day is causing these feelings. Okay. Saw that terrible scene. Okay. Terrible scene. Okay, that made no sense. So here we go. Terrible scene? Like this? No. It's gotta be that one. The root cause of all these emotions is this. Okay, that's wrong. Actually, I'm not getting any particularly big readings there, Mr. Wright. Guess that's not it. Okay. It has to be one of those. So it's not the operating table, then what? Well, the Athena was covered in blood, right? So that's what the defense, or not defense, prosecutor says. So Athena? Oh. When you opened the door and saw Athena, you became overwhelmed by your emotions. Isn't that right, prosecutor? You should know better. and though it is pathetic, I admit I'm terrified to speak of it. Prosecutor Blackquill, Miss Cykes is innocent. I'll always believe that with all my heart. Now, can't you find it in yourself to believe in me too? Athena is innocent, huh? Can you honestly say you believe that to be true? Right, Dono? I give you my word. Now tell me what you really saw when you opened the door. Curse you, Phoenix Wright! It was a tragedy, one I'll never forget. When I arrived at the lab, Dr. Cykes was already dead. She was lying on the operating table, while the bloody katana lay at the floor. And standing between the two, covered in blood, was Athena. She smiled with her far-off look in her eyes, as she sweetly said, Said what? Oh, do you know? You want me to press the button? Sorry. I thought it was all automatic for a second there. Something's wrong with Mum, so I'm taking her apart to fix her. Oof. Oof. Big yikes. Huge cringe, Athena. Well, that's what I saw, and now you have it. The truth you so desperately wanted. No. Oh, shit. Prosecutor Blackquill finally tells the truth, and this is what it is? You asked him for it! It's, beyond devastating. I tried to take my mother apart? I hooked on matricide. No! I mean, look, you're showing a lot of blood here, and honestly, I don't know if YouTube's gonna like that, but at the same time. What the fuck did you all think he was gonna say? So it was me. I'm the one who killed my mother. Athena, don't say that in the court of law. As I said, right, the truth isn't always pretty. Murder, disassembly on an operating table, a scientist using her daughter as a guinea pig. Sadly, it appears that my theory was correct after all.
Objection!
Can I get a plea deal? It's true that Athena didn't like her mother's research, but you dare cast aspirations on my mentor by claiming Athena was used as such a man? You're the one who said it! Dr. Cykes could be awkward with people. Relatable. But she loved her daughter with all her heart. She loved me? Your mother hated to see you suffer because you could hear the voices of people's hearts. She wanted to set you free from your pain, so she worked tirelessly on her research. Do you remember those headphones you hated so much? Yeah, my head hurts every time I wore them. No, Athena. It's just the opposite. They emitted sound waves to nullify emotional input from the voices of people around you. Your power was much stronger than it is now. And those headphones were what enabled you to carry on with everyday life. No, that can't be true. Then why would I have done something like that to somebody who loved me so much? Her love for you was real. That I can guarantee. That's why I knew that what happened had to be some kind of mistake. I couldn't let you be punished for it. So you took the blame yourself, and you and your mentor are more alike than you know. Hey guys, you know how much CAT scans apparently cost with copays? That's right, $200 apparently. On $195. And at the same time, what the fuck? Alright, anyways, what was I doing? All right, Phoenix Wright. With this whole emotional impact. And I got like 2 calls in a row. All right, cool. Ponko was a witness. Okay, Ponko was a witness, so I put in a case and helped Athena held Athena close and vacated the scene or lab. Okay. I threw Ponko away in the boarding lounge trash chute, and I hid the case on the Space Center grounds. It seems we now have all the facts of this case.
Hold it!
No, we don't. No, not yet. It can't end like this.
Objection!
Do not disgrace yourself, Mr. Wright. The truth has been revealed. Or are you the type of man to turn your back on things that disagree with you? Yes? I'm not. But this... I can't give up now. I have to say something, or anything, even if it's a bluff. I always managed to pull through that way in the past. I have to make it work. The defense is prepared to present evidence. Mr. Wright? Yes, Athena? It's okay. You can stop now. I don't want you or anyone else to suffer any longer for my sake. Athena, what are you saying? I killed my mom. That's the truth. It's just like Prosecutor Edgeworth said. We have to face it, no matter how much it hurts. I admit my guilt. But could I please be granted just one chance to tell everyone what I recall? It appears Miss Cykes is much braver than you, Mr. Wright. What say you, Your Honor? In light of her courage, would the court give Miss Cykes this opportunity to confess? Very well. Then, if you would, please, take the stand, Miss Cykes. Thanks for letting me do this, Prosecutor Edgeworth. And thank you, Mr. Wright and Prosecutor Blackquill, for letting the truth be known. Now we can finally move on and move forward, and everyone's suffering can come to an end. Athena. Prosecutor Blackquill will be cleared, and the Dark Age of Law will come to an end. Yes, admit your guilt, and bring everything to its conclusion. I killed my mother. My memory is still a little hazy, but there's no question I remember it. I remember the weight of the weapon in my hands, and the feeling of the stabbing and of stabbing it deep. And I remember the warmth of her blood as it flowed down the handle onto my fingers. Liar! Liar! Okay. Is this actually testimony, or, like... Your Honor, please find me guilty. I dare say, these are all memories that no one but the murderer would know. I see. Thank you for your confession. I believe that this trial has gone on long enough. But before we conclude, does anyone have a counter-argument? I do.
Objection!
I do, Your Honor. Mr. Wright. But Mr. Wright! Why? I killed her. I remember it now. Any counter-argument now is pointless.
Objection!
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep yelling objection. You can't stop me. Don't tell me you've forgotten one of the best basic tenets of lawyering. Always lie until you get your way. And also always believing the client to the bitter end. Athena, you are not a murderer.
Objection!
I said it, you never changed, but you could have actually regressed in... Could you have actually regressed in these 8 years? I won't stand for your childish emotionalism getting in the way of the truth. Emotionalism? Don't lecture me on matters of the heart, Edgeworth. Because I can see straight into a person's soul! I did a little research. Hi, I'm back. I looked into those special psyche locks you mentioned, Mr. Nick. Athena isn't trying to keep anything from you on purpose. For some reason, part of her heart and memories are sealed off. It's like Naruto, but instead of a fox, it's memories. There's still a chance, somewhere deep in Athena's heart. might still be a memory that's not even not even she knows about yet. Okay, it might be like looking for a grain of sand somewhere in the cosmos, but still, that memory might contain a new fact that could prove her innocence. I hope for everyone's sake that you are not just bluffing, Mr. Wright. I'm bluffing. Now then, is there not a problem in Miss Cykes' confession? Well, first off, you said the blood went down the handle, which is bullshit. So, like, yeah, there's a problem. I'm hoping it's the right problem, because if it's actually not, I have no fucking idea. There's definitely something wrong with her memory on the event, I can just tell. Is there a problem with her confession? Please prove it to the court now. I will prove it next time. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all next episode. Have a great day. Bye. Also, CAT scans are expensive. Fuck.